Tyrant Podcast, episode 15. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. I do not want to record today, to be honest. I am not motivated. A bunch of shit's going on in the background. Business is slow. Work is a pain in the ass. The weather is shit. And with EDC in Las Vegas, I'm behind on a bunch of stuff, so motivation is at an all-time low. I mentioned previously in another episode that I couldn't wait to do this podcast when I wasn't motivated, and here we are, because this is where real growth is. So, I wrote down 2 quotes that kind of resonated with me to kind of keep me going while I feel like this is, 1, you are rewarded in public for what you do in private, and this can be applied to anything from, the gym to creating content to, just building any skill, really. It takes a lot of time to do so, and people don't see that kind of work until it really shows in public, in a sense. So that really resonated with me today, because obviously I don't want to do this, so I have to keep growing in private so I can be rewarded in public, kind of thing. And then also the quote, growth is exponential. And like I said, doing this when I don't want to is how you grow. And that's just a quote that came to mind. So on that note, I will talk a little bit about, EDC and all that. So I mentioned a few times before, I did not want to go. I bought the tickets with some friends, sometime last year. Lots of plans fell through, stuff happened, and a bunch of people flaked out, plans fell through, so I still ended up going, and because we spent a lot of money on the hotel, a lot of money on transportation, and a lot of money on literally the whole trip. So we went. And honestly, I tried to be as optimistic and positive as possible, but I did not have the best time. I thought it was kind of lame. The stages were really awesome. The music was great. Other than that, everything was subpar. It was overcrowded, extremely dirty. There was garbage everywhere. It was very overpriced for what you were getting. French fries and all that shit was not only mediocre, it was overpriced, but the lines to get anything was fucking ridiculous. And then, last but not least, it was pretty degenerate. I mean, there was drugs everywhere. People were, passed out, just in basically all over the place. It was just, I don't know, I felt like I was just being brainwashed in a sense. Like, it was beautiful to a certain extent. Like, just, plur, peace, love, unity, respect. People were very kind with each other, which is always beautiful to see, but there was just a lot of shit that just I don't want to be around anymore. I mentioned before that I have goals in mind. I don't want to be associated with anything that doesn't align with my goals. There's just a lot of stuff, like, just too many instances where I was like, why am I here right now? This is not what I want to be doing. This is not where I want to be. And I tried my goddamn hardest all 3 nights to just be like, just have a good time, have a good time, have a good time. And I was just forcing myself to not, think about stuff, which was not, it didn't work for me. So I didn't have a great time. However, there were some situations where I was like, okay, this is kind of a cool experience, riding rides and stuff while there's bass music playing all over, fireworks and laser shows and all that. So it wasn't completely shit, but out of 10 I would rate it about 4.5. So that's just me. I don't care if you disagree with me or not. That's my opinion. So it just, put me behind on sleep. I spent a lot of money I shouldn't have spent, ruined my schedule, destroyed my momentum, and it honestly just did not feel like a vacation. Everything was a chore. Getting there, sitting in traffic for 2 hours to get in line, to wait for another, 30 minutes, to go to the bathroom once you get in because you were in traffic forever, waiting another 10 minutes to go to the bathroom, then you're starving, so you go wait in line for 10 minutes, get some french fries, and then go shuffle through a crowd to listen to some music for an hour or so, and then it was just not what I wanted to do. So that said, it could have been worse, could have been much better. On another note, actually finally stopped raining. It's a little sunny now, but it's just the weather's just been fucking shit today. So it's been a day. I don't know what's what's going on, but yeah, everything is just, with my motivation and everything, it's just like, damn, I'm not having a great day, but not all days are supposed to be good. Other than that, I have started reading, or I guess technically listening to, an audiobook known as 48 Laws of Power. I've heard many different things about this book, positive and negative, and I can definitely understand why there are so many negative things about it, because I am on chapter 5, and it already feels like it's trying to turn me into a sociopath. So it's going over everything from not trusting your friends fully and using your enemies, to keeping your motives hidden, to using the power of deceit and lying, and it's really interesting. So I don't know if I really want to read the whole thing, or I guess listen to the whole thing, but there have been a few things that kind of like, okay, that's a cool way of looking at it, but it is very interesting. I never really, it feels kind of like almost evil in a sense. So I'm going to continue reading it until I get absolutely sick of it. We'll see how long that goes, but yeah, it's, like I said, there's some cool things that I read that I thought were relatively insightful, but if you have read the book, let me know what you think of it, and if I should continue to read it, or if I should just go on to another book. If so, let me know what book I should read. And then lastly, I want to touch on TyrantEmpire.com. Now, Tyrant Empire is a digital production studio and record label based off of Web3 and blockchain technology. With a few of my team members leaving, we are kind of switching gears. I am now doing more so podcasts and stuff instead of focusing more on digital production, because with AI and everything too, and then just the whole state of the crypto market, just not really wanting to, it's just in a meme market kind of phase where people are just chasing pump and dump shit coins, and it's just, I mentioned this before, crypto is just in a really weird state right now, so I haven't been focusing too much on Tyrant Empire. However, I will be implementing a few updates to the website, removing a few things that we were doing as far as digital production and that kind of thing. We're still planning on doing some video game aspects, and I guess I can mention this, a casino as well. However, I mentioned this, I think, episode 1, but the team that we reached out to help us build this is very expensive, and their work is mediocre. So I did dive into video game creation for some time just to get a sense of how I would be able to do this on my own, and it would take a lot of time, and I am already scatterbrained as is, so it's going to take a while. So that's why I'm going a different route with a bunch of things. The podcast is one of them, just to shed some light on not only stuff that I'm doing, but just kind of talk about the crypto market and just a bunch of stuff. So I will be including a podcast section in the website, then have free resources and downloads on the website as well, such as the ebook that I previously mentioned that is still basically done. Just have to upload it to the website, and then a bunch of user interface updates as well, just to clean it up and make it a little less clunky looking. So With that said, we're about at the 10-minute mark now, so I'm going to go eat some dinner. But, yeah, like I said before, I did not want to do this podcast today, but I'm not a bitch, so I'm doing it. And that's all there is to it. Can't wait to get some of the stuff done that I am currently working on, because there's a lot going on, and that's part of the reason why I don't want to use the word stressed, because I don't feel stressed. I'm just kind of feel bleh, kind of gray. So with that said, I'll let you guys go, but I appreciate you watching this if you watched it this far. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I have a better day. Peace and love.